Hi there, this is Solitary Ronan from Solitary Ronan Films, and welcome to the first episode of Triple Bill, where I answer the most important questions the world has to ask. And this episode, I'm asking which is better, Linda 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 from 2005, Swing Girls from 2004, and Hello JUNICHI from 2014. You know, we're answering big questions here. Now I was turned on to Swing Girls by Who's A Touch of Film, but then quite a few people said Linda 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 is even better than Swing Girls. And I loved, even though I shouldn't have, Hello JUNICHI. It's just a film that I shouldn't love, but I did, from Katsuhito Ishii, the third best Ishii as far as I'm concerned, behind Teruo Ishii and Sogo Ishii. So today I'm going to answer the question, which one is better? Obviously you can answer at home. Now I've seen Swing Girls a few times, to be fair. This is only the first time I've seen Linda Linda Linda, because I had to get it in physical media, even though this isn't really an official physical media release. It's a DVD, and I got the soundtrack as well, which is wonderful. Certainly Linda 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 has one of the catchiest songs out of the three, but considering Swing Girls is about an instrumental swing band, Linda 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 has the advantage because it is actually a song with words. But we'll start with Hello JUNICHI from 2014. Again, a film that I should not love at all because it features children. Yes, the plague that plagues the earth. It's about Junichi trying to make friends at school. There's a female teacher who's wonderful, has a wonderful role, who's being pestered by one of the male teachers. But again, it's all about friendship and making a band and trying to find a guitarist, which strangely enough is similar to Linda Linda Linda. Linda Linda. But again, a film that I should not like, but I absolutely loved it. But I'm going to release a spoiler. It's number 3 in this triple bill. So I would start off with Hello JUNICHI from 2014, but then it becomes which one's better, Swing Girls than Linda Linda Linda. Linda Linda. Now Linda 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 is probably more serious than Swing Girls. Swing Girls has a wonderful effervescent sense of comedy. It is about a group of bad schoolgirls who accidentally poison the members of the swing band that's going for competition, and then they're given the task of being a band to go into the competition. Whereas Linda 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 is smaller in scope, so it's only really about 4 girls compared to Swing Girls, which also has a bigger group of girls. Obviously you've still got the kind of main actors in the piece, but Linda Linda is more about the dynamics between people. The guitarist Kei has had a falling out with another character, Rinko, so they need to get a singer, and they end up finding a Korean import, as we often do when we're buying physical media. So she has to learn the Japanese lyrics phonetically. I mean, she does speak Japanese to an extent, and it's more a kind of beautifully observed character study, and the kind of the relationships. There's wonderful moments even with Kia and Rinko who don't get on, and it's the preparation for a kind of festival of the high school, as the Japanese education system does. It does have comedy in it, it's just not quite as overt as Swing Girls, but it does have really catchy music. This is the first film that I have seen from the director, who is Yoshiro Yamashita, who has directed quite a lot of films, so I will have to check out more of the films because I really enjoyed this. This was an excellent film, well worth seeing. I mean, one of the other characters who was in the band hurt her hand. She ends up singing a cappella, and she's got a great voice herself, before eventually the Blue Hearts, which is the band that the girls cover, turn up. So that's a beautiful moment as well. There's I don't know whether she's graduated, but there's a girl who pretty much sits on the roof of the school, just hanging out, playing acoustic guitar and selling drinks. I mean, there's wonderful characters in it. There are moments that will give you goosebumps. So Linda is wonderful, but still not as good as Swing Girls. I'm sorry for all you Linda devotees, but Swing Girls, to me, obviously, is on a different level. It's on a different level. 2004, when you consider Swing Girls, Tsukamoto's Vital, and Kamikaze Girls were all made in 2004. It might be the greatest year in humanity's history, not just cinema history. This just has such joy to it. Linda doesn't quite have the joy, I don't think, that Swing Girls does, or Swing Girls and a Boy. There's just something about that. You know, the subplots are fun as well, but there is just something. Maybe there's more characters, there's more personalities in Swing Girls rather than the four main girls in Linda. I mean, if I take the disc out, I mean, look at that. That's just character. Look at those cheeky monkeys and a boy. Yeah, I mean, I don't get that much joy nowadays, but Swing Girls gave me joy, with a capital J. Don't get me wrong, Linda was still wonderful, and I would highly recommend it, and hopefully one day it gets a proper release. I think Radiance should release Swing Girls and Linda. But yeah, Swing Girls, even though it's probably more generic than Linda, you know, think Brassed Off and all these underdog stories, but it's done in a different way, and because it's Japanese, it's automatically better, and it doesn't end quite the way you think it will. Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe it's because I've seen it the most. Maybe the more I watch Linda, it might change, but I don't think so. Swing Girls is so rooted in my head, along with Kamikaze Girls. But who knows? So in this battle, this triple bill battle, I would go with Hello JUNICHI, but it's still a great film, don't get me wrong. And then Linda, and then number one would be Swing Girls. So I know the whole world was waiting for that question to be answered, so I'm glad to have performed this service for the greatness of humanity and the betterment of humanity. But by all means, let me know in the comments what order you would put these three films in if you were having a triple bill. Which one would you start with, and which one would close your triple bill on a triumphant note? No pun intended. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you'll join me again for more episodes of Triple Bill, where I decide which film to watch first. Yeah. So thanks so much for watching. This is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, slightly confused, and saying farewell.